It's that time of the year again. You have been doing this day after day for 8 months now. We are talking about not all of you, but Alex. Day one of asking for a Plymouth Argyle rebuild, and he kept going. He kept going, and even just 22 hours ago, day 113 of asking for a Plymouth Argyle rebuild. Today, my friends, we are going to be doing that rebuild with a twist. Plymouth, I'm going to take over your team, a squad that has actually avoided relegation by just 1 point. I mean, that is incredible. They survived in the championship, and that is exactly where this rebuild is going to be starting. And I'm excited about it, not because of the consistency of him constantly over and over and over and over again asking for this rebuild. It's just because I'm going to go ahead and utilize a concept in which we are only signing players who are failures. We are talking about nations that have dropped out of the group stages in the Euros. Those are the only ones we can transfer into Plymouth. So let's see if we can turn all those losers into winners today. Starting off with the initial team, let me tell you one thing. This man is the only one that should survive. Now, I understand he's not from one of those nations that have failed, but you need to understand that he has been one of the most influential players in the championship in the past season. We're talking about a man that has scored 19 goals. Morgan Whittaker, 19 goals, 8 assists, totaling to 27 goal contributions for a team that struggled as much as Plymouth. So for me, it is quite clear that we need to hold on to him for as long as we can. His market value has skyrocketed to about 10 million, potentially more in this past season based on Transfermarkt. So he is going to be one of those players that actually sticks around. Left-footed right winger, 22 years old. He could stick around forever in this squad. And all the other lads that you see here, yes, some of them might have performed well, some of them might be special, but at this point we have a concept to follow, and we want to turn Plymouth into not only a team that plays in the championship and tries to avoid relegation, but we want to turn them into serial winners. So to do that, we're going to start off straight away on the transfer market, and we are only given 3 million, which means we will have to dive straight into the transfer values here, seeing which players we can let go. The good thing is, what I'm seeing here, we have a bunch of young players that probably will grow, that we can potentially sell on for a lot more. But some of these older ones specifically, I am totally open to letting go so that we can actually bring in a bunch of players into this squad that are from those losing nations. Starting off with the biggest failure of them all, I would personally say, even though they had a very tough group, don't get me wrong, but Croatia, we expected more. We're looking at a side that only managed to pick up 2 points and failed basically last minute against Italy. And we are bringing in Mauro Perkovic, a very, very big Croatian talent. Basically, he is supposed to be the next Gvardiol. Left-footed centre-back, lots of pace, lots of physicality, good on the ball as well, 6'1" tall. And he now slots right into this team as a high-value transfer for about 2.3 million. But as we're going to be talking a lot about the nations that have failed, let me know what you think about Croatia's performance during the Euros this time around. I was quite disappointed and kind of sad for Modric. And up top, I am going Croatia again. Even though I initially didn't want to, I wanted to go with a different nation, but I saw his name and I was like, oh, I remember this guy. This, my friends, is a new striker joining us named Matija Frigan. Now, this guy in the Croatian league was outstanding for a while. He had 15 goal contributions in like 25 games. He looked incredible in his squad. But then he moved over to Westerlo in Belgium, and things haven't been as good for him over there. So I wanted to give him a second chance here because I know what he's capable of. 79 pace, 74 physicality, another left-footed Croatian. He comes in with a 4-star weak foot though, high work rate, and 6'1" tall. This guy could be the key to success, and I love the fact that we have strengthened the spine of this team by bringing in a new striker and a new centre-back, but I need to sell players now in order to be able to make more signings. The Hungarians actually put up a fight. They got 3 points, but in the end, it wasn't enough to go through as one of those nations that came through as the third place teams, and I gotta be honest, I don't like this new system with the third place teams going through. I find it quite unnecessary. It should be the top 2 only, but that's just my personal opinion. But we are looking at Marton Dardai, who is coming in from Hertha BSC, who are obviously a team that is down in the 2nd division in Germany. And yeah, he now joins us. Dardai, a very talented player. He has a bunch of brothers that also are talented, but he joins us as a left-footed player. And I changed the formation. 3-1-4-2 is what I'm going for, so that Dardai can step into that CDM position and help us out. He's a very good player, 6'2" tall, quite physical, good at defending, good at passing the ball, and he does have the long ball pass play style on him, which is good to see. Whoa, Scar. You have a bunch of play styles, lads. How old are you? He was one of the older ones, 28. Wow, that is impressive for a 68 rated player to have that many play styles. I like it. Oh, and one thing I noticed is the fact that Mumba, going from a left wing back to a left wing, goes up by a bunch of ratings. Bang! 72 to 76, which instantly makes him a smash hit for this team. Insane. Probably a player you should consider buying for your road to glory. Despite me actually feeling like I created a sick team, well, we have failed miserably. I mean, yes, of course, we are way ahead of where this team was. Previously, we were in 21st in real life. We took it to 16th, which is decent. Don't get me wrong, but I was kind of hoping, I don't know why, maybe I'm wrong here, but I was kind of hoping for a top 10 finish. And that's something we have not achieved. And that's interesting to see. So we surely have to be doing better. And yes, of course, I did bring the teams that were relegated down into the championship before we started. So teams like Burnley are down here. And Leeds United this time around gets that promotion alongside Watford. Congratulations. But Plymouth, despite the strength that we have brought in into many positions, it is clearly not enough. And to be honest with you, I should not be going up into the Premier League with players that are below the 70 rating. Probably not even players that are below like 72 or something like that. So it's good that we are staying in the championship. But I was kind of hoping for a top 10 finish, like 10, 9, something like that, to give me hope and give me more money in the next season. But it's okay, because we can work on this. We can go ahead and get something out of this, because a lot of our players have grown massively. Mumba, +7 due to the position change and more. Whittaker, +5. The captain is doing exceptional. Dardai, +4. And then we have a young goalkeeper in Cooper, who's going to be very useful because we can actually sell this guy on for a lot of money and bring in a top talent later on as well. And then Frigan, +5 in his first season, +5 for Perkovic. So all the signings that we have made seem to have worked well. Whittaker is still the main man though, 17 and 7. Frigan coming in with 17 and 2. Really good stuff from the team. And we're going to try and build off of this decent first season. That was, however, a little bit underwhelming in the league table. So Plymouth, let's do this again. I normally tend to stay far away from players who don't have a picture in game, but this one I had to go for because I've seen him play for Girona and I was impressed. I thought, where the hell did this kid come from? He has such a weird looking body. I'm not body shaming him here, but he looks so odd, so different. And he caught my eye straight away. Antal Jakobishvili is joining us right now from Girona for 2.5 million. And luckily, we were given a budget of around 10 million. So we can actually make a couple of transfers. Jakobishvili joins us. 74 pace, 71 physicality, 5-star weak foot. Very impressed with him when I saw him play. I didn't know he was from Hungary, but now we know. 19 years old. This guy could be a special one as we move things forward. Yes, he doesn't have a face, but please, if you get the chance, go ahead and watch some of his highlights on YouTube, I guess. He looked very decent for Girona. Those couple of games where he stepped onto the pitch as a youngster that no one seemingly knew. Now into the midfield we go, and we're signing a Scottish midfielder. Scotland, yeah, things didn't really go well for them in the Euros at all, but they still have a bunch of talented players like Lennon Miller. who is now joining us to replace the likes of Wright in that center midfield position. Now, I totally understand it is a downgrade in rating, but it is an upgrade in potential. This guy, as he joins us, is 17 years old, 6 foot tall, so well balanced in some of his stats. And I believe I even recorded a YouTube short on him where he was like one of the players, or the player, with the biggest gap between his overall rating and his potential. So Lennon Miller, welcome into the team. No play styles, which is a shame, but lots of potential, which will help us out. 6 goal contributions in his last 4 games for LA Galaxy in the MLS. Jovelic is joining us right now. Dejan, welcome into our squad as one of the marquee signings that we're making to strengthen this team. Ben Wayne plus 3 million to bring this man into the squad. 74 rated, same as Frigan. He is right-footed, he is left-footed. This is perfect. Decent amounts of pace, but most importantly, lots of shooting. Direct comparison, he is lacking against Frigan, but Frigan already had 1 season of training with us. But he has decent dribbling, decent physicality. He is from Serbia, 24 years old, no play styles, and actually a very decent player. I'm surprised that he wasn't called up to the national team, but then again, Serbia does have a bunch of really good attacking players anyways, like the likes of Vlahovic, so he wouldn't have played. So I guess it's okay for him to stick around in the MLS and just do his thing, which he is doing. I mean, 6 goal contributions in the last 4 games is pretty impressive if you ask me. With pretty much the last penny in the budget, I have managed to sign yet another centre-back into the team. This time he's 6'4" tall. He's from Ukraine, Alexander Sirota. 2.9 million pounds we spent on this one, and he will take over the position of Gibson. Yet again, he is a left footer, so we're going to put him into the center, and we're going to have Jakobishvili on that right hand side. This way we have a very solid defense. 6'1", 6'4", 6'4". I'm liking that. We need physical players when we're going to play 3 at the back, so this is going to be quite useful. Hopefully, this signing will make a difference, and I will sell 1 or 2 more players to make sure that the right ones actually play. But that's about it for the second transfer window here. At this point, I really want to see a top 10 finish. Well, I wanted top 10, right? We didn't get it. We actually got top 2. I mean, technically, that's still top 10. So what am I even talking about? We are promoted into the Premier League, my friends. Plymouth is going up. 89 points. Wolves at 107. Obviously impressive. But the fact that we got into that second position after a season where I was very underwhelmed, we have outdone my expectations. And that is down to the team that we have now created. Frigan, 80. Jovelic, 77. Whitaker, 81. Mumba, 80. Randall, 74 right there, one of the originals. Dardai up to an 80. Miller is going up in his stats. Jakobishvili up to a 74. Sirota and Perkovic looking solid, and our goalkeeper up to a 79. Now, going into the Premier League means we're going to get a lot of cash, and that will make a big difference to this team. So, Jovelic, first season, top scorer, not surprised. The guy is a beast. Whitaker with 22 and 8 continues his exceptional performances as a captain. Frigan 17 and 4, very good. Mumba again, impressive stuff. Only 23 years old and 80 rated. It's going to be a shame to actually drop him from the team, you know. Maybe I should keep more than just one player like Whitaker. Mumba has been impressive. I'm so happy with him so far. It really hurts me to potentially sell him on at some point because I said I'm only going to keep one. But yeah, we're going to move on and see how things go now as a Premier League club. It was time to bring in a Polish player, and this time we're going after Bulka. Obviously, Poland didn't look good at all. It was pretty disappointing, and I really wonder how their future is going to look in the upcoming years. Without Lewandowski playing as well, things didn't necessarily look ideal, but this man is a big goalkeeper, and he joins us instead of Kupa. Kupa will be sold for a decent amount of money. Talking about money, we were giving a budget of 71 million. So this one cost me about 27.5, I think. So very happy about this one. 81 rated goalkeeper, 6'6", which is obviously incredibly important. You want to have a tall goalkeeper. No play styles at all, which is a shame, but a very good one to join us and take our team to the next level. Also, as much as I like Miller, and potentially Randall as well. Both these guys will be replaced because those are the two positions where we look weakest at the moment. But Miller will stick around and be a great backup for us. I've just spent a ton of money, and it is about 25.9 million for an Albanian midfielder. And let's be real, Albania getting 1 point in a group with the likes of Spain, Italy, and Croatia is still impressive. I mean, I was kind of hoping maybe they can be dark horses. They do have a lot of good players, but at the end of the day, 1 point clearly wasn't enough, and they failed to go through into the knockout stages. Most people, probably 95% of people, thought that Albania couldn't make it through, but for us, they're going to come in here. Aslani comes in right-footed, so we can put Miller on the left. He already has great a weak foot on him. And then Aslani with that right foot, really well-balanced stats on him as well. He's going to be an important player for that center midfield position, adding in a bit of Albanian influence into the squad. No play styles once again. But now what I need to do is I need to sell these two to be able to make the next transfer. We're going in for a midfielder, and as you guys know, we're only choosing players from nations that have failed in a Euro group stages, so we don't necessarily have a big pool to go after, but Lazar Samardzic was the perfect choice here. 22 million I spent on this one as the last transfer for us, as Miller now drops onto the bench alongside Randall. We're adding pieces onto the bench, which is obviously important, but Samardzic comes in as a left footer with really good stats. Compared to Aslani, he wins in nearly everything except defending, which is probably a good thing. One of them can help us massively with defending, while the other can go ahead and move the ball forward with his technical abilities. Long ball pass and tiki-taka on him. Samardzic, Dardai, Aslani. We have Albania, we have the likes of Hungary, and of course Serbia in midfield now, and that is the last one. Hopefully this team will be good enough to survive and maybe even achieve more. First season in the Premier League is done, and we are looking at a team that finished in the 9th position. Very impressive, more than I expected. I thought maybe 14, 13, but 9th is very good. Top 10 in the Premier League with a long way to go for Plymouth. We are so many points away from Manchester City, 30 to be exact, and that is okay. We are building something here, and we have Frigan on an 85, Jovelic 80, Mumba 83, Whittaker the captain on an 84. Our midfielders, all three on an 82, which is lovely. Defensively, Jakobishvili has gone up to a 79. He's the lowest rated player in the team, but I trust the boy. And Bulka going up to an 83 is important as well. But clearly, we are lacking a lot of depth in this team. And that is going to be something that we focus on in the next season, whether it be bringing in a player into the starting 11 and dropping someone onto the bench, or just going for someone for the bench straight away. Anything goes. Whittaker, best player again, 17-1. Frigan 17-3. Jovelic, 12 goals for him in that striking position, and Samardzic getting involved in the attacking exactly as we planned it out to be. So that's very impressive Premier League season. Let's see if next season we can qualify for European football, whether it be the Conference League or Europa League. I'll take anything. As I'm recording, the new signing of the season that is going to replace Jovelic and add into this team a nation that is missing. England is losing against Slovakia, and they look terrible. I'm 40 minutes into this game, watching it on the side here. Bro, what is happening? There is just no joy within this team. No one's wanting to take risks. It's boring. Southgate, you need to be stopped, but Lojek, you, my friend, do not need to be stopped. You actually need to be put forward into a position where you can go ahead and go ham. And that is what I'm going to allow him here at Plymouth. He is joining us for Jovelic plus 18.6 million. We have too many players of the same nation, and I decided we needed someone from the Czech Republic. Bayer Leverkusen's backup striker, Cam, right wing, left wing. Plojek is the one joining us, and he has some ridiculous stats along fact that he's a young player. Obviously, he's also 6'2", and he has a technical play style. A very talented player who I wonder what's going to happen with him in this transfer window. Is he going to stick around at Bayer Leverkusen waiting for Boniface to leave so he can fight for that striking position potentially, or is he actually going to be leaving and joining another team? I really hope he sticks around because he can learn a lot from Alonso for one more year. But man, watching this England game on the side, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Well, it is halftime in the England game right now, and we are looking at our team beating squads for fun. I mean, it is looking great for Plymouth. Oh, it's looking very good. Champions League football for Plymouth Argyle. 78 points, only 3 points away from actually winning the title. Impressive stuff from our team. I was expecting Europa League or Conference League, but we got much more. Frigan 88, Lojek 85, Whitaker 88, and yes, I have decided to keep Mumba because I literally have a player from every single nation that has been knocked out. So Mumba, you are surviving in this team, buddy, and you deserve it. Midfield looking decent, defenders looking good. We trusted in Jakobishvili, and he is paying that back with a lot of growth, but again, the bench, I haven't done enough about it. I need to fix that in the upcoming season because there are a lot of players that still could make it into this team and help us out. So I need to focus on that. But Champions League footy, man, that is impressive stuff from our team. 18 goals by Klojek. The first time he joins in the Czechia, a player does go ahead and go ham. It is not called Czech Republic anymore. It's the same with Turkey. It's not Turkey anymore. It's Turkey. I don't know what's going on. These guys just making up new names like Juventus making up new team badges. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on into the next season. We're going to be playing European football, and for that, we do need squad depth. Just made a couple of signings, and this is one of them. Albanian striker Broja. He is joining us, or Broja, whatever you want to say. Obviously, he's not Spanish, so Broja wouldn't make any sense. Broja joins us now. Armando. Armando does sound kind of Spanish. Anyways, let's go ahead and bring this guy into the team. As he joins us, he's not the only one. You can see he comes in with lots of pace and shooting, but then we have Mudrik, who also joins us. I was given a budget of 150 million. And yes, Mudrik was one of those players that we had to bring in. And I realized, hold up, I haven't bought any Scottish players. And this one makes the most sense. It is Lewis Ferguson joining us, who can play as a centre mid, who can play as a right midfielder, or even as a striker. So this guy is going to be an all-round beast for us, which I do really appreciate. And then we obviously do have Miller, who's Scottish. So the whole thing about not having Scottish players was kind of wrong. So I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just going to go ahead and move on and yeah, enjoy life. England did score, but offside. So let's return to our team. Plymouth, 72 points, second place this time around. Improvements everywhere, but in the Champions League, we're nowhere to be seen. We dropped out after the group stages in the round of 16 against Inter, but that's okay because we're slowly building a team that now is world class. It truly is. The lowest rated player in the squad is an 86 rated Jakobishvili, and we have brought in a great bench, so it shows that those improvements have helped us in the league itself. But next season, I want to win trophies, and Frigan coming up with 30 goals. Impressive. Whitaker getting involved. Klojek is there. Mumba is there. This team is ready. Next season, I was about to go in with a bet there and say this is going to happen, but you know what? I should be careful. Maybe I'll flop like England. And they're still losing. But we are stepping up against the likes of Leipzig, and I think we get through. Yes, we do. So we also beat Liverpool in the cup. Marseille in the semi-final of the Champions League. It's a 5-3 win for Marseille. For Plymouth, what am I saying there? And we are in the cup final against Norwich. So after that, Real Sociedad in the Champions League. What an odd Champions League run, but we will take it. Let's see what we can achieve with this ridiculously strong team. Here comes the finale. They have an interesting team there to look at. Norwich, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to tear you apart. 3-1 Whitaker and double Klojek. The man from Czechia has done it for us as we now step forward to hopefully win another trophy. One trophy has been secured. The question is, how many can we actually win? Now, in the league itself, I need to check this out because I don't know. In the league, we are looking at second place, 79 points. Okay, it's all right. Manchester City win it, but for us to be at the biggest stage now against Real Sociedad, that is going to be fun. And we have a very Very strong looking team. Frigan, there are his stats. You can check through all of them. You can pause it at any point you want. Whittaker, the captain, 92 rated. His performances have been so consistent and so good throughout the entire season. This is impressive stuff. And we're going to dive into the stats and see Logic, Frigan, both strikers, very good. And then Mumba and Whittaker. And England just missed a sitter after a free kick. Harry Kane heads it past the goal. Unbelievable stuff. Oh my God, how does he not score that? That is so bad. So freaking bad. I wonder if he's going to get the bad press that some other players have been getting for England. But here we are. We are up against Real Sociedad with Oyarzabal, Ferguson, Take, Bryce Mendes, Lejeune, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, Madsen, Colwill, Lacroix, Dalot, Raya. That is a strong team. Let's beat it. I have to tell you, there has to be some sort of record broken because the amount of incredible players with individual awards that Southgate has under his control and the fact that he's still managing to make them play this bad, he has to get some award for it. But here we go. Plymouth in the green up against the white of Real Sociedad. Let's see if we can win this. The England game has 10 minutes to go. You're going to see my reaction to anything that's happening there. But yeah, it's not looking good, boys. Nice tackle. Love that. Whittaker straight away. Is he a left footer? Oh, he is. I didn't even know that. Lovely pass into Aslani. Bringing that straight into the middle. Straight away we go with Mateo Frigan. And England hit the post. As we go ahead and score, England just hit the post with Declan Rice. Madness. It's going back-to-back. Declan Rice tried his best, and then Harry Kane missed another, basically, sitter. But, lads, we are leading 1-0. Beautiful combination between both of our strikers. That's why we have two of them. Lovely steal by the Ukrainian centre-back, and off we go again. It's the same combination. It's the same finish. It's Frigan with his second. I mean, if England keeps going like this for another 9 minutes, we could have actually included them in this video as one of the failing nations. But lads, Plymouth is not failing. They are so freaking strong. And the connection between both of our strikers, it's telepathic. Oh, no. That's... Ooh, great save. But yeah, he's way too open. It is 2-1. Sociedad is straight back into it with Take. Covering passing lanes, but not doing a good job at it. That was not a pen? Okay, then. Off we go with Mumba. He seems like a very, very small man. Mumba sprinting away. Come on, Mumba. You can do this. Getting away from Dalot. So much pace on this guy. Can he score too? No, he cannot. Yes, Whittaker. I love that. And off we go down the center. It's Frigan again. Come on. Gotta be 3-1. Win this now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes. Beautiful. Whittaker kick it away and win it. Now I'm going to wait until the England game is done as well to give you my final reaction, but things are looking good. Oh my God, bro. Jude Bellingham just scores a bicycle kick to make it 1-1 for England. Maybe they will not bottle it after all. Are you kidding me? He steps up. Wow, I did not expect that at all. That is ridiculous. Wow. England did it. They actually freaking did it. They are going into extra time, but for us... we're going to go back here, lads. We're going to go ahead and lift up the trophy. Jude scores a bicycle kick. That is insane. I cannot believe what I've just seen. Gehi extends the ball after a throw-in, and Jude Bellingham just says, I'm him. And he steps up in the most incredible of ways. But Whittaker will be lifting the trophy. Maybe England will not be failures. Well, you won't see my opinion on it in this video because there's still extra time to go. But lads, that was fun to watch for sure. And I hope this video was fun for you to watch as well. Appreciate you all. I will catch you on the next one. And I wish good luck to England. Let's see if you get it done. Take care and peace.